Hola, this is Sincerely Sharita, and I'm back with another video. I'm car chronicling again. I was just sitting here. It's hot, by the way. It is hot. Man, it's hot. But it's been about 2 weeks since I taped a video, so I wanted to get on here and tape a video. And today I just want to talk about the title of it is going to be called Sometimes No is the Best Response. I know it sounds selfish, don't it? But sometimes no is the best response. So I'm barely leaving therapy today, and I was telling my therapist about because I have a mother that has suffered from schizophrenia, and she suffered from it her whole life, and all of my life that I can imagine. But you know, as she gets older, her disease process just continues to get worse. And, you know, she's also having a lot of physical ailments. So she's having like a lot of problems as far as with her legs. She can't walk good. You know, her hips, she's having to use a cane, a walker. And I'm the oldest child. And, you know, being the oldest, sometimes you deal with the issues of just your family always wanting you to do something for you don't necessarily got to do something for everybody, but you're going to be the go-to, like the matriarch or whatever. I think that's what it's called. So I guess I would be considered the matriarch. However, I was sitting there talking to the therapist today, and I was telling him, you know, that my mother, she had called me crying, and she was just expressing that she wants to get out of the nursing home. Physically, her body really is in no condition to get out at this moment. She needs to get stronger as far as her arms, her legs, you know, her hips. And as far as her schizophrenia goes, as long as she stays on her medications and stuff, she doesn't really go into psychosis episodes at that point. But that just brings me to sometimes the best response is no. Because, you know, she called me and she was crying and she was saying that she wants to get out of there. She wants to get out of there. And my therapist asked me, he said, are you in a place right now, physically or mentally, where you can get your mother out and take care of her full time and still work your job and stuff? And I just had to sit back and kind of think about that. I had to think about my mental, you know, how I feel right now. Do I feel like I could take that load on? It's all good. It's all good when you're on Facebook and you post that you took your mother out and you get 500 likes. But what happens when all the likes are gone and you're there by yourself, and all the people that said they was going to help you with her, of course, they're not around and they're not going to help. And then it's just you there at that moment when you're having to go to work and you're having to come home and you're having to cook and clean and take care of her health responsibilities and her medicines and keep up with all of that. And my therapist said to me, you know, I know that you're the oldest, but he said something that kind of stuck out. He said, you don't always have to be the savior. And as the older child, you just always feel like you have to do, you know, because you're the oldest. That's the way you were taught. You know, when you grow up the oldest, you grow up like taking care of the younger siblings. You grow up kind of like a parent, even though you're young. But At this point in my time, in my life, I just feel like the answer is no. The answer is no. I'm not mentally ready to take care of her. I'm not mentally stable myself to be doing that, as far as just the stress of working as a nurse already and then turning around and being a nurse at home. And there's a level of guilt that comes with that, because as the oldest, you like usually carry the responsibility. Like if something falls through the hinges, you're supposed to save it. You're supposed to save it, right? You're supposed to be this superwoman with a cape on, doing everything for everybody. And somehow, I mean, you get put on the back burner. So the response, sometimes the best response is no. No, I cannot do that. No, I'm not doing that. It doesn't matter if you're losing friends, if you're going to lose some family behind it, because a lot of times, when you're the giver of the family, or you're always the one that's extending the help, whenever you're to the point where you can't do that no more, they're either mad at you or upset, or you didn't do what they thought you should do, or you're the one that's supposed to, you know what I mean? And so you just have to let go. Like my video was let go, but that last video I did was let go. But sometimes the best response is no. You have to learn in life that, you don't have to be a people pleaser all the time. You don't have to do everything just so you can get clout and so you can have social media giving you 500 likes. Sometimes you just need to ask yourself, am I mentally stable to do this? Bump what other people think or what they think you need to be doing. You need to ask yourself, how is this going to benefit me? Instead of getting in the situation and having where you're in that situation, and then that's where you realize to yourself, I hate my life, and then you're depressed and you have anxiety, because you're doing something that you didn't want to do in the first place. And I mean, it is a hard thing, and it sounds, a lot of times on my videos, you're going to hear me say it sounds selfish. Because it goes against everything that you were taught. You were taught to stand there, stand in the gap. You always got to be there. You got to keep on licking and keep on ticking. When deep inside your mental health is suffering, when deep inside, you're depressed and you have anxiety, and you're super stressed. And a lot of times our stress can be eliminated by just simply saying no. No, I cannot do that. No, I can't do that job. It's putting me at risk. Or no, I don't want to stay in that relationship that's causing me problems. No, I don't want to. My mother, the best place for her right now is at a place where I know she's going to eat. You know what I'm saying? I know that she's going to be taken care of. She's going to get her 3 meals, 3 hots and a cot. She's going to get her medicine. And stuff like that. Now, some people, they say, you shouldn't put your family in a nursing home, or y'all should all pitch in together and this and that and whatever. But, and I think a lot of people go through this stage in life where their elderly parents are getting to the age where, you have to realize, you have to think like, should they go in a nursing home? Should they stay with us? This or that or whatever. But, and it's hard, especially if you're the oldest and you're just looking at the situation and you see how your mom is and she's crying to you on the phone, and you're thinking to yourself like, oh my God, and then you're thinking about how, what all you're dealing with at the present moment, how you're dealing with things. If you took her out, would there be other siblings there to help you, or are they just gonna say they're gonna help and then they're not gonna be there? You have to take everything into consideration for yourself instead of just picking up and doing something and, and then adding all this extra stress, heartache, and pain onto yourself. I mean, you're going to have 500 likes on your Facebook. But after the clout dissipates and you stuck there and you having to work a full-time job and you're having to pay all the bills and you have to take her to all of her medical appointments and this, I mean, you love your mama, you do anything for her. But where are you at mentally? Where are you at physically? You know, we add all this stress onto our plates and we try to do all this stuff like we Superwoman or Superman or whatever. And that's like a lot of times why we end up with such bad health problems, high blood pressure so bad, diabetes, just because we don't take the time out for our bodies and do the proper maintenance that we need to do on those. Once again, if we're not okay, I mean, if we're not okay, how are we going to make sure that somebody else is okay? And okay don't just mean physically. Okay means in every aspect, mentally, physically, emotionally. You got to be in a place where you can do that. So sometimes the best response is no. I mean, I know it sounds crazy. And, you know, you love people and stuff, but, you know, sometimes you got to tell that boss no. Sometimes you got to tell your kids no. You know, when that family member know that you got a little cash and they want to borrow $10,000 so they can go get a Ferrari, you need to weigh the odds, you know, see what all you got going on. And the answer is no. You know, you might lose a family member or you might lose a friend because you didn't do whatever, but it all goes back to you. You know, after you do it, are you going to resent it? Are you going to be stressed out? Are you going to have anxiety attacks and depression and stuff because you did something that you shouldn't have did, but you did it just so you could people please? So anyways, that's my little rant on my car chronicle experience again. And y'all stay cool out here. It's hot. It's real hot. And y'all have a good day.